no! Karada komesha ufisadi.
Yeah, ni chape ni feti, ni shande.
Kuangamiza ufisadi unaanza na wewe mwenyewe. Ukishaangamiza ufisadi kwenye mwili wako, umeangamiza ufisadi kwenye taifa lote.
We are here today because there are people who have given their resources, including yourselves, by buying a t-shirt, buying a cap, buying a wristband, being here. That's your time, that's your money, that's your energy. We thank you for that. But I want to also recognize our corporate partners who have been with us, our civil society partners. We have also partners from the private sector who I know the MC will be mentioning as we go along the journey, some of our development partners as well. We thank you because it wouldn't have been possible without the strong support that you have given us. And maybe one last thing, as I was inviting people kept asking, why are we only walking? Why aren't we running? And I said, maybe next year I will be in a better condition to run. For now, let us just walk. But we are working towards making it a run. But for sure, this is going to be an annual event. It has been an annual event since 2017, 2018, 2019. We took a break during COVID. And so we are resuming now after an almost 5-year break. And we feel very privileged that you have kicked us off after our 5-year hiatus from the Integrity Walk. So thank you very much. At this point in time, I want to invite Ms. Eva Wangui, representing our board chair, Mrs. Bernadette Musundi, who couldn't be here with us. Ms. Eva Wangui is the chair of our Finance and Investments Committee of the board, and she's going to be making remarks on behalf of our Vice Chair. Wapi makofi ya Eva!
Good morning, Kenyans. Good morning. Hata siwasikii. Karada komesha ufisadi. On behalf of the Board of Transparency International Kenya Chapter, tunashukuru Mungu. Hii ni kazi ya wakati huu, wakati ujao, na Mungu anafurahia tunapofanya vizuri. Ninawashukuru wote. And on behalf of our chair, Mrs. Bernadette Musundi, who was not able to come, on behalf of the board, kazi nyingi sana Transparency International team do, and there is a strong board behind her. She's not alone. And as Kenya, we are not alone. God is with us. With all that is ahead of us for the day, we want to ask God to guide us. Asanteni sana. Mungu awabariki. Let's enjoy the day. Let's keep serving God. Let's say no corruption in Kenya. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Eva. No to corruption, no! No to corruption, no! At this point in time, I just want to invite Senator Okiya Omtata. He's the last speaker before we are flagged off.
Yes, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, asanteni sana kuwa hapa. Yangu ni furaha kuja hapa kushiriki kwa hii vita kuangamiza ufisadi. Na kuangamiza ufisadi unaanza na wewe mwenyewe. Ukishaangamiza ufisadi kwenye mwili wako, umeangamiza ufisadi kwenye taifa lote. Asanteni sana na Mungu atubariki.
For those of us who carried their flags, this is the time you can wave your flag as we are officially, let's give a round of applause. Tunasema we are officially flagging the Integrity Walk 2024. Wale ambao wako na placards, tunasema lazima tuungane, tuijenge nchi yetu, pasiwe hata mmoja anayetenganisha. Kila mtu natumaini.
Integrity Walk, which is a great initiative aimed at creating awareness among citizens and leaders about the dangers of corruption and the importance of good governance. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give a brief about the Commission on Administrative Justice, also known as the Office of the Ombudsman. This is a constitutional office established pursuant to Article 59(4) of the Constitution of Kenya and the Commission on Administrative Justice Act 2011. And the mandate of the Commission is to enforce administrative justice and also to oversee and enforce implementation of rights to access to information guaranteed by Article 35 of the Constitution and operationalized by the Access to Information Act 2016. You have a right to go to any of these public offices, whether national office or county offices, and request for information that you require.
Unapenda kulipa hongo na kutumia njia za uongo, una mipango na hata watoto wa kando, haujui hata majina yao, kura yako uliuza.
Mtakubali ufisadi? Hii nchi imekataa kuendelea because ya duplicity. Hii nchi imekataa kuendelea because our leaders hawafuati chapter 6, sindio? And we are up for good systems, sindio? It is not a personal fight, it is fight for integrity and fight against what? Corruption, sindio? Ati ni ufisadi hapana tumekataa. Siwasikii ni ufisadi hapana tumekataa kabisa. Tunafaa tukatae ufisadi because uchumi umekuwa mbaya. Yaani uchumi umekuwa mbaya, watu wa PRC tu ndio wanatoboa. Hakuna Kenya ina move, hata wasusi hawasongi. Sijuzi muliona small fish akibreak the law anakujiwa, lakini big fish akibreak the law Nordin Haji. Chupesa ya kisima waliba, and that's the damn truth. Certain death is good kama spoiled pots, that's the sad truth. Hakuna food, shelter, matter, clothing, that's the naked truth. Mayuka wana fare kwenda job interview, politician kile na msumbua mafuta ndege, that's the plain truth. Life ain't easy, that's the hard truth. It's not about sagging drugs and create my wasted youth. Nchi mashefa wezi afford ile food wana cook. Competition unalipa wezi hata piga look. Bro, kill sin to see God, hata utoe tithe ticket ya heaven na inunuliwe my move. Itakuwaje cries za tajiri ni intellectual, lakini cries za maskini kwa masikio justice ni kelele? Itakuwaje mna believe in me na nikicheza kimimi mnashikwa na kiwewe? Itakuwaje mnaninyima opportunity ya kupata kazi, lakini kwa klabu nataka nipewe? Na effect ya nguvu ya sawa inafika malinguri wa mnyonge wezi fika. Ballot box na DSTV zinafika malidisha iwezi fika. Watoto wanalala njaa, nyinyi wa Kenya mnakunywa na pesa ya kula na vizuri mnajua pombe iwezi fika. Wanasiasa wanadanganya. Si movie peke yake, ni kutriki. Uchumi umekuwa mbaya ambako kusaidia rafiki yako pesa yako, unapoteza rafiki yako na pesa yako. Yaani uchumi umekuwa mbaya ambako ukifanya mabaya malipo si hapa hapa. Jesus alibitiriwa na kiss. Nyinyi wa Kenya mnajichocha juu mlipewa hali. wajinga nyinyi. Ni ufisadi.
Hapana, tumekataa kabisa.
Ni ufisadi.
Hapana, tumekataa kabisa.
Asanteni.
Naona mko sawa. Hii vita tutashinda na lazima tushinde. Mmesema hapa ati ni house of shame, lakini ningependa kurekebisha kidogo niseme it's a shamed house. Not a house of shame, it's a shamed house. We have to redeem it. We have to get people of integrity in there so that we can make decisions that benefit the common good. So I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very happy to be part of this walk. And this is not a walk in vain. It's a walk to victory. And our victory is assured because if we don't slay corruption, corruption will slay us. This country is very wealthy. It has enough to do everything that we need to keep ourselves going. And so we must say no to corruption, no to mediocrity, no to misgovernment, and no to things like Adani, things like Shia and stuff like that. Say no to Adani, no to Adani, no to Adani, no to Shiv, no to Shiv, no to Safaricom, no to Safaricom, Viva viva!
Nikisema story go, nasema story come. Story come, story go. Story go, na story come. Hayo ni yenyu. Sasa ile ya wafisadi sasa wasikie. Story go, na story come. Dear Mr. President, we wanna discuss issues za vibanda kwa Café. Let's talk about IMF. Just like your friends abroad umefanya Kenya na madeni zimekuwa ma BFF. Na Kenya, we have a very prayerful nation, si ndio? Lakini sasa imeamua kuwork hand in hand na maghost worker. Huko apart from bathing huwezi pata waoga. Na kuna MP ako in denial, so alidhani Gen Z ni watoto. Wewe nadhani si ni fae moja ati hata ucheze na sisi for your status hatuwezi shika moto. Na nauliza walimu, mbona walimu wamesoma ndo huinvite politician hajasoma kwa address wanafunzi kuhusu masomo? Niko so sad kwa sababu nitashikwa na polisi alishindwa kushika their own school motto. Story go, na story come. So afande with or without uniform sare kujudge my youth hata kama wamedress to kill. These looks are deceiving. People can't be dying because you want to earn a living. Na kijana pesa ya pombe isifanye unyonge watu juu ya kuwaibia. Nimerepi word kuliko MCA wako juu maneno ya ubakaji sitaki kusikia. Wacha salamu. Uchumi ni mbaya mpaka unaweza toka shopping without getting a good buy. Mafuta inatoka chini ndo price imekuwa the most high. Tutazidi kulose hope if at all jando kitu tunaweza shinda kupata tiba ina shida. Kama kibogo yalipewa pure kushiba, free education sasa ndo bure kabisa. In a monthly period hedhi inazuia wa girls kuelimika. Tunaambia serikali hatuna kazi, alafu serikali inatuuliza ati ushaisoma Bible kakosa job wewe. Story go, na story come. Tupatane kwa stage.
Give it up for Brian Silwes. Hey, ati story go, na story come. Nikisema design unasema design. Ati Kenya mwenye natafuta kazi kuna kazi, kupata kazi ni kazi. Kuna wale wameandikwa kazi ya kufuta watu kazi, wa kupeana kazi ni illiterate, ndio maana bado hajaandikwa. Call former president akiwa Uhuru Highway, muulize boss uko wapi, be like I am on my way. So dear Mr. President, wewe ulitafuta kura na ukapata. Sisi tulipata rais lakini bado tunalipa ushuru. Kwa nchi mwananchi analipa standing charges ndio ma MP wapate sitting allowance. Kwa nchi hakuna kazi, mayouth kila mahali inabidi umejiandika kama Flossing Mawano. Do you know the leaders of tomorrow are dying today? Ni guts tu hakuna, but everyone has something to say. Manifesto hope hazina, our mothers have resorted to pray. Na watoto wa CBC nani atawafunza hiyo Tumechoka. Even Rihanna doesn't want him to stay. Na tuachane mambo ya mlima na mrembe. So dear Mr. President, let's talk about morals. Tunaishi kwa nchi pia your deputy yako na mavice. Na tuachane wa girls wasome, si ndio? Juu tambiaje dem alishika bola akiwa high school education is the key na alishajifungua. Tupatane huko, si ndio? Ati ni ufisadi. Siwasikii. Ni ufisadi.
Hapa tumekataa kabisa.
DJ, if you're ready, we are more than ready. Aya, toa maganda. Chini. Bibu. Chini. Bibu. Tashi. Bibu. Aya, uliza tena.
It was a dream. I used to watch
DJ. Alright, tuko tayari? DJ wanasema hiyo njugu usiwanyang'anye kwa mdomo. Sawa? Alright, my DJ amesema amewanunulia njugu nyinyi wote. Kwa sababu mmemaliza walk vizuri na tunasema hashtag yetu ni standing up for integrity. Si ndio? Geukia jirani mwambie standing up. Standing up for integrity. My DJ, if you're ready, we are more than ready. Ndani ya supu what? 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 Aya, karusha. Rusha tena. Rusha. Ati nini? Siwasikii. Ati nini? Mumesema ufisadi ifanyiwe nini? Tunafanyia ufisadi nini? All right.
The system of government. I hope that our leaders change their ways. I hope that our funds may be directly put into development in a visible manner. Yes, and that corruption may be eradicated.
As a country, I believe we have focused a lot more on transactional corruption and not on behavioral corruption. Such events help all of us. We have seen children here. We have seen learners here. We have seen the elderly here. They help us to engage as a community holistically on what is our individual responsibility to fight corruption, especially the behavioral corruption part of it. When we are able to deal with the cultural issues of corruption, right? Looking at leaders as generally generous and wealthy people, it becomes very difficult to fight corruption. But when we do that behavioral corruption aspect, then we are sure that we will be addressing these issues for the long haul. Culture is more stable than the law. Such events inculcate a positive culture in the community about transparency, about integrity. And that is why I am here to be part of the community to deal with it.
corruption is in big numbers. We talk about billions when we talk about corruption in Kenya. And I think there is a need to raise awareness and also to bring people to fight this vice that is affecting our country. And so my participation today is to join my fellow young people and people in CSOs to raise awareness in that we need to end corruption. We can't be having a budget of 3.7 trillion and then we end up stealing everything through corrupt means and bad people in our government.
And we just want to drive change. We want to spread a message that we are promoting good governance. We are standing up for integrity. Tumechoka na ufisadi. We want accountability. We want transparency.
We need to remind people that corruption cannot be a normal thing in our country, that we do need integrity, and Chapter 6 of the Constitution need to be adhered to.
We want the government, we want anyone, our leaders, to be accountable, to tell us where the funds are going. Let's stand up for integrity. Acha tukomeshe ufisadi kwa nchi yetu. The problem is not the law, the problem is not the constitution, the problem is our leaders are not following the law.
As a community member, we feel it's important, it's our responsibility, it's our obligation to ensure that we as the community, we as the public, we are able to follow up on what we call the budgetary allocation from the government, to ensure that the budget has been allocated for education, for health and for any other development. It is followed up by the community members to ensure that it is put into prudent use, that whatever has been allocated for the desk, for infrastructure, is properly put into use.
Work with the African Parliamentarians Network Against Corruption, which is a parliamentary caucus building the capacities of members of parliament in fighting corruption and promoting good governance. First of all, in commitment with the Transparency International, which is our partner. We work together, we have the same mandate, we have the same values, the same intention in promoting good governance, basically. So I'm here to reinforce our commitment as APNA Kenya in fighting corruption, and also to really, encourage the masses to stand up strong, and fight corruption. Because I believe that the biggest ingredient for evil to triumph is when few good people do nothing. So as the few people who are well versed in these matters of fighting corruption, when we when we go out there and tell the people about what we need to do to make this country a better country, then we do it. So I'm hopeful and that we're going to see change in the masses, because now they have information is power. They know the rot that is happening. They know the things that are happening in our country, in the systems, and with that knowledge, then they can take bolder steps to fight corruption and promote good governance.
Communities are a part of us and they are impetus of any other society. And by having them in such a conversation is just a matter of bringing them forth to come and articulate ideas so that they'll be able to follow the duty bearers to actually account for their actions.
I think a vigilant citizenry is very useful because it will deter corruption. It will hold leaders accountable. It will hold institutions accountable because they'll know they are being watched. And when we reduce corruption, then we'll have more resources going to service delivery.
For me personally, I really like honesty and integrity. So I saw that participating in this will help me boost such values. And I really loved it. The walk, the cheering, the dancing, the singing. I really hope that the fellow youths out there saw me and my fellow schoolmates out there. And I hope they also feel inspired to go on the streets to talk about their issues, because we all want an honest government.